All right, colleagues, welcome. Good afternoon to you, wherever you're joining from. This is the fifth edition of this this program, which we called Career Audit Consultation. Anyway, I'm not sure whether it is achieving those goals, but you are here, and um, we're going to discuss um, the issues we raised, the issues we raised during the last Friday. All right, we're going to look at those, and I hope if you are here last week, you have been thinking more about it. But if you were not here, the recording is available. I encourage you, take your time to look at it. But today, we're going to dig deeper into some of those things. And then I will give time for questions, for discussions, input, insight, whichever you want to contribute to this. Yeah, when the time comes, um, you are welcome to present it. Okay. So sorry, I hope you do not have so much noise from here. Okay, so last Friday we looked at career finishing and decorations. Career finishing and decorations. This is our framework we have been using since the beginning of the year. We have been using the house building framework to capture how our career develops, is nurtured. And I think this is quite fantastic because when you look at the building, it's intentional. Many times, many of us are not intentional about our careers. That could be from ourselves. It could also be from um, our environment, what is obtainable. Sometimes people just get into the career um, and they just carry on without much intention of the direction it should go, how it should go, when it should go. So the building framework becomes important to create some environment of intention around our career development. I have to say here, and I mentioned it last week, and I've mentioned it at least since the beginning of September for those who have been joining us, that next year, 2026, is going to be a different year in terms of how we will be seeing our programs. Okay. So if you have stayed with us until now, I encourage you to prepare for 2026. We are really looking forward to it. There are some other dimensions of how we are going to um, implement our career and not only put an intention, but also to develop strategies that take us to our expectations. All right. So last week, these are some of the things we said. What is career finishing? The structural completion of an academic career where your core achievements, including research, teaching, mentorship, and leadership, are solid, coherent, and well documented. A career is considered well finished when it demonstrates competence, consistency, integrity, and impact. And I think this is clear, and I don't think anyone questions this. But this may be misconstrued because last week I told you this does not mean a terminal get away from the career. No, that's not what it means. The implication here is that at each stage you are, you can have a solid finishing at each stage, whether you're just doing your PhD. The expectations at that stage. You have just finished your PhD and your postdoc. The expectations at that stage. You're a mid-career person. The expectations at that stage. You're a senior career person. The expectations at that stage. If you are wanting in those expectations, that is where you are unfinished. You are unfinished. So when we go through your profile, we should see solidity. We should see coherence. We should see consistency. We should see competence. We should see integrity. We should see the impact you're making at that stage you are. All right. That is a summary of what we mentioned last week. The career decorations, the visible enhancements that showcase and amplify your accomplishments. These are the finishing touches that make your career attractive, credible, and influential. And like paint, furniture, and artwork in a house, they brighten your career. They make your career visible. People can see it. Decorations are elements that go beyond mere incompetence. Okay, I know something. Okay, you know, but we want to see evidence. All right, that is what it is. They are the accomplishment, the accolades, and the personal touches that make your career unique, meaningful, and joyful. They are the art on the walls, the furniture, and the well-tended garden. Colleagues, this is important. The finishing and decorations go hand in hand. Okay? We do not expect to have a good finishing and not decorated. And decoration depends on finishing. So they go hand in hand. Many times there is so much ambition that we chase after decorations. We want to be noticed, we want to be visible, we want to be appreciated. But you see, somebody looks closer and you are found wanting. And this happens quite often, even within SFI. You see that people, we start a program. I want to go on a journey. I have seen people not interested in that journey. They are interested in the endpoint, and what is there. They're interested in the publication, not the skills they learn. So you go through the same cycle of inefficiency, inadequacy, over and over again, and care is not taken, you retire in that state. And then you cannot say, I think it was Alexander the Great that said that he came, he saw, and he conquered. This is important, colleagues, because building a career is intentional journey. It has to be an intentional journey. It's not given. It's not about right. If you want to penetrate, then you need to intentionally build a career. One of the things I will bring next year that has really occupied my mind for a long time is the issue of timing. But I'll bring it. Perhaps that is the first thing you will be exposed to, the issue of timing and career, the issue of timing. So expect it, because we are going to take a journey of rebirth, a journey of reassessment, a journey of direction, all right? A journey of evaluation. Where I am now, is it where I'm supposed to be or where I should be? Okay, so those were some of the things we mentioned last week. And you can see if you compare finishing and decorations in terms of core focus, the finishing focuses on competency, consistency, integrity, and impact. Career decorations focus on visibility, recognition, credibility, and joy. Examples are in career finishing, you have the publications, the grants, the teaching portfolios, the mentorship records, and examples in career decoration. You have the awards, the honors, your professional history, your media visibility, and so on and so forth. All right, invitations you're getting to speak. You are being noticed. You are being invited. A journal invites you to write editorial. You're being noticed. You're being invited. Those visibility are coming from the finishing. All right. Primary value, the finishing ensures substance, strength, and credibility of the career. The decoration brings recognition, attractiveness, and influence to the career. The joy derived, mastery of crafts, confidence, and the satisfaction of building something enduring. For decorations, celebration, validation, legacy, and alignment with values. Risk if missing. Career may remain invisible or under-recognized despite substance. All right. Decorations career may appear superficial, fragile, or unsustainable without substance. Yeah, I mentioned about the time dimension. This is a very serious one, but we'll come back. January, once you breach into the new year, we start that journey, the journey of timing, the journey of time, the journey of timing, the journey of time. Okay? And so build progressively, especially in early and mid-career stages. Accumulated and amplified over time, more visible in mid to late career. I have mentioned this at least when we have started this program this year, when we talked about foundation structures. I spoke so much about remaining in the wilderness. Remaining in the wilderness. Remaining in the wilderness enough. Many of us are super fast. We want to rush through. We want to rush through. We want to be faster than Usain Bolt. Nobody has broken his record. You just want to get there. Just in a twinkle of an eye, I'm there. And then we make mess of time. When I was young, I used to hear a saying that when you rush like Russians, you jam like Germans. And that is what happens. You rush and then you hit the substance that requires you to spend time in the wilderness is not accumulated. You do not have the substance. It's like a wave. And the person is nowhere. So time is important and we need to give it its due. Okay? Ultimate outcome, a strong, credible, well-documented academic identity. That's in the finishing. That is conditional that you have spent required time. Decorations, a visible, celebrated, and influential academic presence. Okay. These are not really the issues that I want to. So let me just recap. I mentioned to you some principles that guide finishing and decorations. First one is that together, finishing and decorations reflect both substance, what you have built, and visibility, how the world perceives you or sees. They are they aren't strictly necessary. Sorry. They aren't strictly necessary for the house to stand, but they are what make it a home. You get that? They aren't necessary for your career to stand, but they are what make your career pleasurable, enjoyable, nice, beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. Principle number two, finishing and decorations are interdependent. They are not independent of each other. Okay? So you can see a example here. Finishing, decorations, what you get. They are interdependent. They depend on each other. Okay? So your competencies and your visibility depend on each other. So if you're pushing towards visibility, I want to be seen, I want to be known, and there's no substance, sooner or later, we will use the past tense for you, even when you are present. Can you imagine that? He used to be, he was. No. Both will make you current. So you have to carry them along. And in SFI, we have provided you platform. Some of you, you just chip in and you run away because you're looking for decorations. But I can see those who have stayed. We started a mentoring program last year, the March mentoring. And I have my group. We are still there. I tell you, we're still there. So 1 year has passed. It's a mentoring program. 1 year has passed. They gave us 1 year. So after 1 year, we evaluated. And my group, I was asking them, now we have come to the end of this 1 year. What do we do? We stop here? Well, everyone said, no, we have to continue. But you see, if you ask them, what were your products in this way? There's no paper published. There's not much that has been out there. All we have been doing is just internal. And I'm asking them, how has this 1 year gone for you? And I can hear somebody saying, you know, I used to be somebody who wants things to be done so fast. I want it to be done quickly. I want to results. But this mentoring program has really taught me to take my time. It has taught me patience. I am becoming better. I'm taking my time to think about things now. I'm taking my time to do things now. And so for me, this 1 year has been productive because it has changed me. Many of us don't think in that way. We think about just the results. All right. So the principle number 2 is very important. Sorry. Number 3, finishing and decorations are meaningless without the other core structures of the house: foundation, walls, roof, and structures. They are dependent on these core structures. A house cannot be reduced to finishing and decorations alone. They matter only in the presence of these core structures. Yeah, we have gone through the foundation, we have gone through this, we have gone through the roof. And so, if you want to be meaningful, if your career needs to be meaningful, then you need to be aware that the other structures are important. The roof will shelter you and protect you during the raining days. The foundation is so critical, especially in Africa now, where you have so much flooding. Well, it's only in Africa, many places anyway. And you see the importance of the foundation and the structures as well. They give you protection. They give you strength. They give you resistance when the storms come. And there are many career storms that will come. There are many of them. Finishing and decorations are not end in themselves, but manifest at different stages of the career journey. And I've mentioned this. I've mentioned this. The misconception is that when you are so well decorated, or misconception of the finishing, no, they apply at different stages of your career. We question you when we don't see the expectations at your level. Then we say, well, maybe this person is sleeping at work. Well, is anything bad like that? I do that actually. Yeah, that's a spot I go and I just get myself 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You need it. You can't be a workaholic. Yeah, no problem. But what I mean sleeping at work is the person is going, spending 8 hours, 9 hours. But what is happening? What is happening? Principle number 5, finishing and decorations are deliberate and time-bound process. It's not an abrupt event, but a strategic phased process. What are the implications? Don't rush to decorate. Okay? Don't do it too late. Find the right timing. The time has come back here again. Time is important. And this has kept me thinking. But I promise you, January will be beautiful because there will be some level of recalibration that need to be done. Yeah, even myself, there need to be done some recalibration. I think if we are lost as a people, if we take a journey And then we did not come to a point where we evaluate the distance we have covered so far. How has it been? How has it gone for me? Is it worth it? Okay. How to achieve career finishing? Master the basics, build a strong foundation of essential skills, expand your experience, take on new challenges and responsibilities. Many people run away. Oh my goodness. I am happy that I didn't run away when they were coming like flood of water on my head, because they have made me, they have refined me, they have made me stronger, they have made me to see different perspectives, they have increased my ability to multitask, they have helped me to be valuable in different situations. All right. Strengthen your network, build relationships within your field, guard your reputation, maintain high professional standards, integrity, consistency. Refine continuously, seek opportunities for growth and improvement. How to achieve career decorations. Follow your passions. Align your work with what energizes you. What happens? This will open opportunities for you to be recognized as well. Don't be the book person. Let your passion manifest, surface what you take on challenges, lead high impact, visible projects. Many of us are afraid of taking challenges. You come to the collaborative research group and they say, what do we do? You have 15 people there. Nobody is saying anything. Where do we go? Nobody is saying anything. How do we go? Take on challenges. Many of us are afraid to fail, but failing can be beautiful as well. We have talked about failure, the scientific failure. You can go to our YouTube channel. And that was 2 years ago or so. Failing can blow your mind up to possibilities and help you to recalibrate as well. Lift others, find ways to mentor. And I will come back to that because we'll have something for those who are SFI members. We want to treat you well. If you have been a member and you have been this year particularly, we want to treat you, want to give opportunity for you to develop. And those opportunities will come next year as well, where you can lift others. You can be there. You can be a support. You can be a body. We'll call it mentee pal. I will come back to that. Share your expertise. Publish, teach, or speak to shape your field. Earn recognition. Okay? Yeah. Let me come back to this. Maybe that slide was not placed in the right place. But this is what I would like you to do. Please just take a picture. Take a picture of this. 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 Let me see if I can put it here. Let me see if I can put it here. All right. So what I would like you to do, I will put you in breakout sessions. Okay. See what is on the screen. And I want you to think about it carefully. For you, and no, let me. Okay. So if you're taking a picture of that, just give me a second. If you have taken. So I would like to send you out to your breakout sessions. And what I would like you to do is what I have put on the screen. All right. What I put on the screen, I would put it again. I will put it again in a minute. Okay. Breakout session. Career audit. 3rd October 25 break out session. So yeah, I found it now, and I will put it. I will put it on. I will put it on the chat box here in case you have not taken a picture, even though I believe you have. But I will still put it here so they can pick it up. That is what you have to discuss in your group. Please don't be shy. Open it up. Open it up where you are. Open it up. What are the things that have constituted challenges for you to finish well at any stage you find yourself? To decorate or to be decorated properly? Whatever it is, open it up. I'm giving you 30 minutes. Discuss it. You know, we have 2 hours for this. All right. And I say here, there are internal and external factors that can affect your career finishing and decoration. Reflect on those, your personal and systemic factors. So internal factors are personal. Yeah, this is supposed to be internal and external factors. So forgive me for that. Yeah, just to show you how much artistic I am. But which internal challenges or habits, mindsets, affect your career vision and decoration? Which external ones? How can we reframe or respond to this challenge? And what I would like you to go take away in this discussion is, what is one practical think after you have discussed in your group, from your own perspective, what is one practical step you can take in the next 3 to 12 months to strengthen your career finishing? And I mentioned 3 to 12 months is that before the end of the year and the end of 2026. For those who are applying to the Mentee program, you will be challenged to become a better part of yourself. But for now, think about those challenges happening around you, inside you, your habit, your personality, your mindset, and then the things that are happening in your institutions or your environment. It may be institutional issues, your network, cultural issues, and so on and so forth. Think about them, and I will bring you back after half an hour. And I want to say, some of you will drop, and when you drop, please come back and tell me, write on the chat box, or I was in group number 1, I was in group number 2, whatever group, just say it so that we can send you there. So I've created 4 groups. I'll open it now. And what I would like you to do is make these discussions. Find somebody there. Let the person write your opinions, your conclusions, and the takeaways, and come back. For each group, I will give you maximum 2 minutes. So let the person be ready. Maximum 2 minutes to um, um, present your thoughts. Okay? Present your thoughts. So I have opened the rooms now, and you can go. You can just go. It's automatically assigned. Join your groups. And yeah, the time is already counting. Half an hour, I'll bring you back. And when we come back, we'll discuss the points, and then we'll open the channel for questions and for discussion. Have a good discussion. All right. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. I hope you have had a fruitful discussion. I know that these questions, if we're given the whole day, there are quite a lot to talk about. Okay, there are quite a lot to talk about. But yeah, we can. This is just to highlight the issues. Let's go through your points. Let me see the hands of the groups. Group number one, who is presenting for you? Group number one, who is presenting for you? Okay. Casey, yeah, please go ahead. You can unmute yourself and speak, please.
Hello, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, can hear you.
Oh, thank you very much, Professor Bright. I'll go straight because it's 2 minutes. Internal factors, one of them is lack of confidence. Another one is finance for the case of self-sponsored PhD students. And then habits, self-motivation, multiple tasking. And then external factors can be lack of employee advocacy, lack of grants, exposure, funding, networking, mentorship, and then also conflicts for the case of Sudanese. And then there's also the issue of insufficient funds, and then lack of a ratio between supervisor versus supervisee, that is supervisee the students. And then one of the I think the last point was the how to break the barriers. There's only one strong point that was raised, is how to break the barrier of lack of confidence. So one of them is to be able to participate in activities, just participate wholly, not halfway. So that can be one of the issues that portrays lack of confidence. Thank you very much. I hope I'm within 2 minutes. Thank you, Bright.
Yeah, thank you for that. So these factors you listed, are they the realities? Yeah, Casey, don't go. If you can come back, are they realities that came from you? What your group members experiencing or have experienced? Casey, if you can just unmute again and
Okay. Yes, thank you, Professor Bright. Yes, these are one of the points that were raised with some of the members in the group. That's room one. And for example, the case of finance, a self-sponsored PhD students sometimes have sessions of not being able to finance themselves. They might be able to finance, but there might be break points, and therefore that affects what we call the finishing or the decoration. Because obviously, when you get your PhD, that is definitely a decoration in your CV. I hope this is a great elaboration point. If you need any further points for me to elaborate, please ask and do not hesitate. Thank you.
all right, thank you. Okay, let's go to group number two. Who is presenting from group number two? Group number two. One Zusi Zubairi. Please unmute and speak.
Yes, thank you for this opportunity, Prof. So this is what my colleagues raised. So on the first internal challenges, we have lack of enough skill, low self-esteem, procrastination, fear of failure, lack of self-drive. Then the external challenges, we have lack of institutional support in terms of funding, lack of promotions within departments, work overload on the staff that hinders their work to do research, lack of technology innovations. There's a technology gap. Like some people raise that some of them don't have some research analysis softwares that Western worlds have. Then there's poor stakeholder policies. Then on the solutions, we have on the lack of enough skill, personal involvement in research conferences like the ASFA. When someone involves himself in maybe in a data analysis kind of practical, is able to learn. Then on the issue of low self-esteem, we said failure offers opportunities. So people should know that failure offers opportunity to learn whenever you have self-esteem. Then Then on the issue of lack of promotion, lack of institutional support, the solution we had presence of institutional support, maybe in terms of funding, then also by collaborating private sector to solve the problem of institutional support. Then personal development to work on the area of lack of promotion. So a person should improve yourself so that you can get a promotion. Then also fair treatment of the staff and partner with the private sector. Those are the points that we raised, that my colleagues raised. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let's go to group number 3. Omo T Mehin Modu. Please unmute and speak.
Okay, good afternoon, Prof.
Good
Thank you for
afternoon.
this opportunity. We discussed internal and external challenges. Part of the internal challenges border on the personality types. Somebody talked about distractions, allowing distractions, take a healthy habits, and another person talked about waiting for perfect timing to carry out tasks. Like if we have a task of writing about 5 papers, you're waiting for perfect timing before you start, rather than starting on one and then starting small. We talked about the perfectionism, waiting for the perfect timing also, and over reliance on technical competence rather than visibility. And for the external challenges, we talked about our institutions, the heavy work schedules. Somebody talked about balancing work schedules with meeting of timelines. And also, especially in this part of the continent, Nigeria here, how excellence is rewarded, it's still very poor. Rather than being on merit, it's still based on politics. A lot of our value here is not being appreciated, especially the doctors. So being undervalued as a practitioner is also part of the external challenges. How do you want to overcome these internal challenges? Is to develop a healthy schedule and stick with it. Break your tasks, talk about breaking tasks into small steps and follow up daily. So you create timelines daily that you want to achieve. Like if you want to write a paper, do you want to start today? Have schedule a few minutes to say, okay, today I'm writing abstract, and stick with it. Achieve excellence even with the timeline you have created for yourself, rather than being frustrated with the institutional bottlenecks. Also, increasing mentoring and mentorship across generations. As the older generation, you should pick up people across younger practitioners to mentor, and also intentionally
Okay.
documenting the impact made by your works through
Yeah.
publications and writings.
Let me stop you
Thank
there.
you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Lots of things are coming up, really. Let's go to the last group number 4. Let me see. Okay. John Ade, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Prof. In group 4, we looked at the internal and the external factors. On the internal factor, we agreed that family responsibilities and interference can be a distraction to career finishing and decoration. The second factor is lack of commitment on the part of the person, which has to do with habit and attitude problem, and which is summarized under lack of discipline, self-discipline. Okay. The next one is we looked at resource and time management. Resource and time management. Then on the external factors, We looked at lack of mentorship. So some of us in the group complained that during their growth stage, they actually did not have mentors, such that it was as if they mentored themselves. So lack of mentorship and guidance and counseling. Then the next one is job responsibilities. We complain that the job responsibility and schedule interfered so much in that, in addition to the work overload occasionally happens. The lack of networking opportunities. There were no such opportunities provided to network, and then poor remunerations. Okay, then on
All right.
the solutions, practical approach that will fail can be looked at. We looked at 4 of them. One is collaboration. Collaborating so that one can build confidence and then understand better. Then second, networking. Networking, identifying with professional bodies and relevant research group. 3, understanding our strengths and weaknesses and submitting to change. The 4th one is self-discipline. And like you have always told us, you need to be deliberate and committed. Okay, these are the things
All
we
right.
discussed.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, all the groups, for your input. And I'm not sure how much these things bother you. Some of those things are universal, actually. Why some of them may be restricted to what is happening in Africa. All right. Yeah, this is a universal list, and I think all of them were captured with what you have provided. All right. All of them have been captured. But the aspect I wanted to point out is the solution. How do you overcome them? Here it says overcoming this internal one that relate to personal challenges requires personal strategies. And some of the groups mentioned this as well. Planning, visibility, enhancing your confidence. While the external ones will require institutional support. Will require institutional support. And this is important because even in heaven, there is work. All right? Even in heaven, there is work. Even though in our generation, we tend to want to be rewarded without working. But there are some rewards that come from work that perhaps are not easily measurable, but their impact has lots of ripple effect, ripple rewards. All right. Take, for instance, you have in a group, you want this group to do this work, and then some people are playing games. They don't want to do it. They are doing hide and seek. If you call them, they tell you how much busy they are. In fact, the load of a country is on their neck. And then they want others to do it when they finish, and they say, put your names so we can submit the paper. They are the first to come out. Maybe by that time, the burden of the nation is out of their neck. But I tell you, those who invest get their reward, not just the word of the publication. They have learned. Whether they are conscious of it or unconscious of it, they have learned. They are becoming better. And those who do not participate will lose. I get lots of emails, students asking for opportunity to do internship with me. And I have my PhDs, I have my postdoc. And when those students come, what I do is that often I link them up with my PhDs and allow them to, we meet, of course, together, but allow them to guide them. Often, some of those students do not know, some of those patients do not know why I do that. It's an intentional thing I do. Because life is about give and take. And those who practice giving have always been the leaders. There's no way out of it. You can't be a taker. And no, you can't make it. Don't pray that you're a taker. I don't pray that I'm a taker. I want to be in the giving. And so when they engage in this, one of them told me recently, say, this thing I have been doing has really helped me. It has taught me some of the things I didn't know, I thought I knew. But giving it to other people, then I have to go back and they look at it carefully and I learn from that. Yes, I say that is the reason. When you engage in this, it will sharpen your skills. It open your mind, because life is about give and take. So, overcoming them, he said it requires personal strategies. It is on you. No matter how I come here and I speak nice words and you go, it's no, it's still on you. You are the one to make it. Some of those things we say here, if you think that they are applicable to you, you are the one to use them. Nobody can help you out there. So you have a huge role to play when it comes to those, because it's divided into two: internal challenges, external. Many times we meet you talk about, my department, my faculty, my university, my chancellor, my this, my that, my that, my that, my that, my that, my that, my this, my office, my goodness. We need to balance it. Those that concern you, because the saying that charity begins at home, it also means that it's from internal to external. Those who are internally solidified, we defy many externals. Yeah. Those who are internally refined, we defy many externals. What I mean is that because they are internally refined, how they see, approach, and handle the external will be different from you who is not internally refined. You will be complaining and they are making it. You will be complaining and they are moving. Because they are internally refined, they begin to maneuver the externals. A time comes when they are unstoppable. Somebody was asking me, I don't, sometimes I don't know. With all these things you're busy, how come it is like you are publishing every week? A paper comes out every year. Are you following me? He said, yeah, I'm checking it because I'm following you on the this and that. And then when you publish, how do you do that? I don't need it. I don't need to do so much when I have put my personal strategies in place. Oh, next year, I pray. Well, we have to go with the time. Next year, I have a lot to vomit, a lot, because there are certain things I see, and I say, oh, if this person had known. I don't do so much. I tell you, I don't do so much. I don't do so much. You have to put the strategies in place, and then you begin to, the results begin to come out. You don't run for the result. The results run after you because you are internally refined, because you are prepared, because you understand the situations, because you have implemented your strategy. What am I talking about? I still go back to SFI. That is why it's there. And I won't stop talking about it. If I stop talking about it, we won't even be here, isn't it? Many of you, we have given you opportunities that you don't often get within the four corners of your institutions. Yeah, the institution cannot provide everything in the world. Yeah, that is true. But you are giving you opportunities. And I'm happy. I can give you names, even within those who are here, who have taken these opportunities, and I can see them becoming better of themselves without the influence of their institutions. What SFI has provided for them, perhaps if they waited for their institutions wouldn't have given them what they have received in the last 2 years, 3 years. The institution wouldn't have given them 5 years. Why? Because they understood what we are talking about and they took the opportunities with their 2 hands. And I can see the satisfaction they are getting. They can look at their career, the impact they are making, and they can be happy with it. You can also be the same. You can be the same. The opportunities are here. We are provided for you. Talk about mentor, mentee. We're already launching one next year. We'll have a conference coming in November. Have you submitted your abstract? Have you registered? Have you? Well, say you can take the horse to the riverbank, but you can't force the horse to drink. And so you can't enter into a new year and you steal your old self. Well, does it matter when the year ends? But there must be a sign of progress. There must be a sign of movement. And that requires intention. That requires intention on your part. That requires intention on your part. The external things are the things we will continue to battle. And one of the things as an organization we have done, next year we have the SFI 510 program. It's an intentional program, quite intentional. We have supported individuals since we started, but we want to also extend it to open opportunities, to begin to penetrate, because we have some values we think we can sell to our institutions. So 50 institutions across the continent, we train and mentor 5. Our goal is that they should go back to the institutions and create the ecosystem of excellence. Begin to implement those values. Because some of those institutional and external factors are not easy to be broken. Yes, they are not easy. They require time, they require patience, because many of them have been so consolidated that you can go and it will break you. We're talking about career finishing and decorations. Factors. Just to let you know that you have a part and our environment have a part. Somebody mentioned parenting. When I was doing my PhD, I just started my PhD. The year I started my PhD was the year my first child was born. The second one was born the year before the year I finished. So I was a parent. You may say, "Well, what you're a man?" Yeah, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm not an African man when it comes to parenting. Well, not everybody anyway, because my dad was quite. So I make sure that there is a balance. I make sure that it's a balance. And I tell you that those years that I invested taught me lots of things that I wouldn't have known without being directly involved day and night. So I don't find it as important excuse. Yeah, if I may use that, I don't find. In fact, your career should not stop because you're a parent. I know that, yeah, the system in Africa, compared to where I am, a woman gives birth and then you're given time out, sufficient time out, take care of your child, and the father also giving. You have paternal leave, maternal leave, and so on and so on. But these are natural things that you should configure them into your process. All right, into your process, because it's you can't. But don't you have time to do the other thing in the other room? And then anyway, but there's a beauty that comes when you understand that parenting is a journey that is exciting as well. It's a journey that is exciting. So I encourage you to approach it with joy, and it will not be burdensome. Okay, so this is what we have covered. Before I go to the next things I want to say before we close, I would like to open up. Is there anyone? Yes, parenting impacts on not only in Africa, everywhere, even in this part of the world. It is the woman. You can't, it's natural. You can't do anything about it. There's no legislation whatsoever. Even if the father stays home for 12 months and the woman is working, even where that she's working, it will impact on her more. That one is normal. But whether you're a man or a woman, I tell you, there is a joy that comes from being a real and present parent. That is one. And there are lessons you learned. You learn from being a real and present parent. It's just do it. My goodness. Without me being involved in there are many things there are many disadvantages I would have received. Yeah, but yeah, that is it. Okay, I have some hands. Dr. Chineye, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Prof. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, seriously, I've been following up on this career building, and it has really been very eye-opening, and I've been learning a lot. I don't think I've really missed any one of it, and the one for the one for last week was really very scary to me because you talked about finishing, about decorations and everything. And when I look at my life and my career journey in personally, I get scared because I've reached the zenith and I don't even know whether I've built a worthy structure or not. Because with every lesson and everything, I don't have a yardstick to measure how qualitative each of the parts of the building that I've built. Because I didn't have, aside from what ASFI is doing currently now, I grew up personally myself. I mentored myself all through because we had nobody. I was using internet, checking out things and all of that. It was just like until I started having to deal with ASFI, and it had a lot of impact. But then I was growing along the ranks, and I've gotten to this. So I don't know. When I look back, I'll be wondering, is it that I have to go and start from the beginning now to build or to fortify the structures and all of that? And then how do I also check the quality of the building that I've made all through? Because by now, from what I've learned all through from the foundation, I should be doing the decorations. But I don't even know whether the foundation is strong enough. So how do I evaluate all of this and then be sure that I'm actually doing what I should be doing? That's just my fear and confusion.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. Those are important questions and comments. Don't approach it with fear. That's the first thing I would like to tell you. Fear is a killer. Fear is a killer. It doesn't matter where you are, okay? You may evaluate yourself, well, I don't know. Yeah, that can be, we can make that assessment, but don't bring, if you can avoid fear is a killer. Because when the fear comes, even your ability to think right, to act right, to decide right, begin to shrink, is affected. The fact is that foundations can be mended. Foundations can be mended. So if you think, okay, it's on the foundation, you don't need to break everything and start all over, because that time has passed. When it comes to career, it can be mended. And I'm happy that you have joined ASFI and you can testify that ASFI has been beneficial to me. Stay with it. Stay with it. Now, one thing I would like to say, I was saying that, somebody was saying, how do you publish these things? How do you, you need to be intentional. You can even contact Ajibola. I want to have a list. Can I check SFI members, I mean, you have been so long with us that you know many people. I believe in thinking big. Even if I fail, let me think big. I believe in it. What are the things you can do? You have your field. Identify those in your field. What are the things you can do together? One of the things I mentioned there is taking up challenges. Many times, when that fear comes, you are even afraid of taking the challenges. So fear prevents you. What are the things you can do? There are many things you can do. SFI has provided a platform even to publish. And I was sometimes giving people ideas, you don't need to wait until you write an original paper, a full paper. Go to the field, you do research. There's some things happening in SFI I have loved. Some people are picking ideas here. You can write about your journey. You can write about your journey. With these things you have said here now, you can articulate them. And I was telling them, you have to be vigilant. Vigilant to your own growth, vigilant to the growth of others, vigilant on what is happening around you in the environment. Because one of the things that they will assess you is they assess you in publication, they assess your impact. You can begin to connect with people. There's this idea I have. Can we write something about it? Can we do research about it? Can we work together to apply for grants? Many people don't do it, not because they don't have the idea. They are afraid of failing. Fail and learn the lessons of failure. Failure makes you better than you didn't fail. So you don't need to go and break the building and start all over. You can still make progress where you are. And so you assemble these people. Go there with an open mind. There are many things you learn. There was one thing I say. Since I started supervising students, I supervise them in my own field. Each of those students finish their PhD knowing better than me. Each of them in those skills, I brought them in. And that is my greatest joy. And that is my greatest joy. So be open to learn. Be open to contribute. Be open to ask questions. So you begin to see that those things you didn't have, you begin to feed them in. Openness gives you that opportunity. After all, as we see it in ASFI, what you're doing is not about yourself. You are just an ambassador representing the society to make the society a better place. And so there is no shame in it. Where I don't know, I can know better. Next year, I want to give you a challenge. You are an ASFI member. Dr. Ajibola, please put the link to the Mentee Pal. Enroll in it. I will say something about it before we close. Enroll into that. Enroll into that. Commit yourself to it. Evaluate yourself. What happens next year? All these things. What happens from January? Develop your journal, your recording journal. Where I was, where I will be at the end of December next year. Is there any difference? Yes, that program will make a difference. It will make a difference. So my point is, you continue to push forward. Continue to expand your horizon. Continue to take in and be ready to give out. Continue to participate. Just sitting in meetings like this have a way to stimulate you, give you ideas. For some years now, I've not been attending some conferences, but I tell you, anytime I go there, I come back, I am charged. I'm charged. I just send my group members to go and they come. I'm charged just being in meetings like this. So when we call meeting, how many are we here now? 20, where I think I counted 35 before. Expose yourself. That is the only way. If you're waiting until you go to TED Talk, or you go to Washington, yeah, those ones are good. But I tell you, the voices of Africa resonate in this place, and you can see that our realities are being brought forward. So keep on pushing, keep on learning, keep on exposing yourself, keep on failing, keep on being ignorant. That is our way to grow. And I tell you, even though you said you have reached the zenith, you can even make greater impact if you have 5 years ahead of you or you have 10 years ahead of you. When you do these things, you can see this 10 years of my career was the most beautiful compared to the last 30 years or the last 20 years I've been. Wow. That is a story. So don't allow fear to cloud your mind. Don't think that you have not made any good. No, you can still do it. That is the point I'm making. And you have a place you have identified now. Keep to it. And let's keep charging. Okay, I have another hand. Kehinde Ade Bite. Please.
Yeah, good afternoon, Prof.
Good afternoon.
Well done, sir. I have to begin by saying that I'm a new member. I think
Okay.
I became a
Welcome.
member like yesterday or 2 days ago.
Wow.
And this, yes, and this is the first time I'm attending your program. I have listened to you and I'm encouraged. Well done, sir. Now, my feed is law, but I realize that it appears this is a group of scientists. Law is not science. So I don't know if if it is right for me to be here. That's number one. Number two, I don't know how law fits into your programs, your activities, especially collaborative research. So these are the findings I would like your response.
Okay.
So thank you, sir. Okay.
Thank you for coming. I welcome you. And I promise you, if you stay with us, committed by March next year, you won't talk about law. You won't talk about. And I can ask, please, if you can help, if you're everybody who is here, if you're in a place to write, just write there, write your field so that Mr. Kehinde or Dr. Kehinde can see, because he feels that we are scientists. Just write your field. I am from this field. Just write it there. Write it there. Write your field, your discipline. African literature, I can see social science, African literature, business, education, social sciences, economics, yeah, fine arts. So, Mr. Kennedy, can see what is happening there. When SFI started, there's a session. If you go to our YouTube channel, there's a session that was titled "Who is a Scientist?" and that defined what SFI sees as scientist. Our definition of science in ASFI is anybody who has been born into this world and has decided to pursue knowledge to contribute to societal development. That is our definition. And as far as I know, law is pursuing knowledge to contribute to societal development. That is true, Mr. Kende. So that tells you that this is an open house. Anybody is welcome. And this is how we have been doing it. Our platform is multidisciplinary. And as I told you, by the time you stay until next March, if you are consistent, you will not talk about law again. You know, all these things they are writing here, and I didn't talk about, we have not been talking about it. We don't even know about our discipline when we come here. We come with the mindset to make contributions that will bring solutions to our continent. All hands must be on deck. Whether you're a law or a law person, whether you are chemistry, you are whatever, it doesn't matter. You're all welcome. All right, I don't want to keep you too long, and I don't want to stay even too long. Let me finalize so that we can go home for the weekend. So our last session, I hope it will come. I hope it will. If it doesn't, please don't be angry. But I promise you that next year will be super. We are growing, we are identifying things, and we are creating a path. We are finding your needs and we want to provide you with things that way. Please stay with us. Next year is something that will make much more contribution to what you have been. So our next one is SOA. You know, from foundation, now we want to SOA. But we'll see whether it will be possible to have it. Our conference is coming next month, so that is a challenge for us. But yeah, we'll come back to this. Okay, the Mentee Pals. I mentioned that. So SFI launched this program. Announced this program is being launched next year. We're so much happy with this. We have received application from 116 institutions across Africa. We want to recruit 50 of those. The selections have been made now. And then, soon the candidate, each institution will provide 5 candidates. All right. Those who are not more than 3 years, they finish their PhD and have not been participants in SFI. So we're bringing newbies, those who have not had any experience with this organization, those who may not know what we're doing. Okay. So we want to bring them into this community in a strategic way that will benefit those who are already in this community. Because as I have been saying, give and take is essential for growth. That is why we introduced this program called Mentee Pals. What are they going to do? Let me look at it. Look at it here. It says, who are they? They are peer mentors who guide. This thing is hiding. Okay. Who guide, support, and inspire the SFI 510 participants to learn, collaborate, and deliver impact together. They inspire participants throughout their journey in the program. Okay? So we want to bring these new ones in. And then we appoint for each group a mentee or 2 mentee pals to oversee them, or even 3. Not really as a mentor, we'll call it mentee pals. You work together, you guide them, you bring them into the SFI community. You share with them, you encourage them. And through that, we believe that you are also making, we'll have things, at the end of the year, you have a certificate we'll give to you to show this person has performed this task. What are the responsibilities? Hold regular meetings with the participants and provide structured guidance, support participants in accomplishing group tasks, and follow up on milestones, actively contribute to program output, submit quarterly monitoring report to the SFI Secretariat, and you benefit leadership skills, you have research growth because you participate even in publications with them, grants, and so on and so forth. Networking At least each group will have not less than 10 persons, and will come from different countries and different institutions. So it provides opportunity for networking. Yeah, through the activities you have, there will be visibility, capacity building, career achievement, impact, and so on and so forth. So, but the condition is that you have to be a member of SFI in 2025 to be able to apply for this program. So, those who are members, go and apply. The link has been put there so that you can get some. Many times people run away from this, but from what we're saying since last week, this one of the things that you need to put in your own resume. Okay, so I hope you do that. Then our the 10th edition of our seminar series, the pain and gain of research collaboration, the lessons I've learned. This is Professor Olubukola Babalola. If you know her, she's a tough woman who has scaled many challenges to be where she is today. You can see her profile. She has been with us several times in the past, and she has agreed to come, and as a mother who has gone through this journey, to give us some insight of what she has learned in terms of collaboration. So please join us. This will be, I think, the 26th of October, the last Sunday. And I have to say that the conference registration is still there. And then this year we have the pre-conference workshops that are coming up: how to develop your CV, how to enhance your career visibility. We have recruited 2 people to come and showcase these workshops. I believe that you take something home. This workshop is open to the junior and senior members of ASFI, whether they register for the conference or not. They are welcome to participate. But if you are not a member of ASFI, then you need to register for this conference to be able to participate in it. Okay, so I encourage you to do that. And then the abstract submission to the conference was extended until Sunday, even though it wasn't announced in the open. But yeah, if you still have something you want to submit, you have until end of Sunday to do that. Yes, so colleagues, we have gone through this today, and I believe that you have picked one thing or the other from this session. I wish you wonderful weekend, and we see when we see. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Prof.
Thank you.
Thank you, colleagues.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you, Prof.